You are listening to Guillotines and Guitar, your southern infusion of everything rock and horror, served over lavish libations. Here are your hosts, Carol Gainey, Scott Barfield, and Chris Hicks. Enjoy.
This week's sponsors for the show are Shane's Tire and Towing, #1 in the tire business. With state-of-the-art equipment and alignment machine, Shane's Tire and Towing for all your new and used tire needs. Worth the call. Every time. Call Shane at 843-309-5920. Maryland Fried Chicken of Hartsville. The best shrimp and hush puppies in town. Great restaurant with great service. Fresh marinated chicken with an unbelievable menu. Do yourself a favor and stop by for some goodness. Northside Auto and Tire. If you need parts, paint, or tires, give Northside a call. 843-332-0131. Great staff with years of experience. For all your automotive needs, Northside is the place to go for dependable service. Spiro's Wings and Ale. Great food. Live music and a great atmosphere. Food and drink specials with the best service around. Always the place to be with friends, family, or just bring yourself. You deserve it. Thanks to all our sponsors.
And we're back here at the Guillotines and Guitar Studio. It's another Monday night.
Another Monday night. Guillotines and Guitars.
He's already starting. My if and ands wasn't even done yet. He's already starting cutting in on me.
I know, but we're still trying to get the name right. Guillotines and Guitars.
It's a work in progress.
Guillotines and Guitars.
Guillotine.
Cut nines tonight. We got a special guest tonight. Boys and girls from all the way from Jefferson, Freeport, South Carolina. Jeffrey Boudreaux Wetford Fur.
Was that close to being right?
Well, I'm from all over, but I've never been there. So
Never been to Jefferson.
I have been to Jefferson, but I think you said Jefferson, Louisiana, maybe.
I don't think he knows what he said.
Yeah, I think he had like some states and continents and
Boudreaux.
Yeah, he had all kind of stuff in there.
It's Jeffrey Fur from Sherrall, South Carolina. He is the proud owner of Fur Grading and Paving.
Grading and paving. You
Not
got it
graving.
right. Not graving.
I almost said graving.
Well,
It was tough.
we can dig a grave.
They can cover them up.
You've done some old deer guts holes, haven't you?
Well,
That's sort of graves.
I did that for a friend once,
Never
and
again?
that friend knows who he is, and he knows never to ask me to do that again.
Was it rough?
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But you got to help your friends out.
Got to, man.
Gotta help
Got to
your
look
friends.
out.
Got to. It's good to have you here, Jeffrey.
Yep, good to
Thank
have
y'all
you here,
for
buddy.
having us. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Yep.
Good friends of mine. Hadn't known you guys for a really long time. I guess probably better part of 10
Like
years.
it's been years.
It feels like it, but
And also, along with Jeffrey's business, he also has a band, FGH. Now, he
FGH.
plays with Daryl Gainey and
Austin Patterson
Austin Patterson.
plays the drums. Yeah, man.
I own the
And
H.
they play.
just kidding.
Y'all play all around this
Everywhere.
area, Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle
Y'all in
Beach.
Myrtle Beach a lot.
We do. We share a lot of places with you guys and consumed and Two Hicks in the Box. We play a lot of the same places you guys do. Started off with Chris playing with us, and man,
Y'all realize that y'all can do better. So
that's not it.
He is deep tonight.
we still hadn't realized that yet. We trying to get to that point.
They working on it.
We're not going to indulge in all that.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Chris.
Head's already
Kidding.
big.
Kidding.
Yeah,
Y'all can't do it.
we had a good time with it. I'm super fortunate for these guys. Coming up to me, I guess 4 or 5 years ago, and just saying,
Yeah.
hey.
Well, it was actually Daryl. I didn't know you at the time, but Daryl's like, hey, there's this bald-headed guy. He, he didn't look like he could sing, but when he opened his mouth, it was like angels, man. I said, okay, what you want to do with him? Well, I mean, let's play with him. I said, what? You want to do music with him? I said, we can do
that's
that.
how it happened, though. Honestly, I mean, I was singing karaoke one night, and these guys said, "Hey, man, you ever sing with a band?" I said, "No." They said, "Well, you want to?" I said, "No." And I said, "I like to hunt and fish and get up early in the mornings. And I know that a band don't, they
We're
stay
the
out
opposite
late."
of that.
Exactly.
I'll roost the crows at 9 o'clock at night.
Exactly.
And now you one of us.
Well, I
You wanted
am.
to-
You
Officially.
playing every weekend just about.
One of the
Officially.
vampires.
Not every other weekend or so. We try to split it up, and then but
You seen their schedule in May? Split it up my ass.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I was like, damn, are these guys? They got a
They got a job or
Yeah.
anything?
how they playing so much? I was like,
all
damn.
weekends. Now make sure there might be a Thursday night at Shugs mixed in there.
I was
But,
like, Jesus Christ.
It looked like a damn Motley Crue itinerary. I was like, damn. I was like,
I was looking on
I was
Ticketmaster.
looking at I was looking at Motley Crue's damn itinerary. I was like, damn, FGH is playing more than Motley Crue is damn in May.
We
Hell.
play a good bit. We do.
Well, we're glad to have you on,
Thank you.
buddy, man.
We are.
We're-
Glad to have you here.
Got a good show for you. We got some topics for you. So our topics tonight is best female villain or role in a
Role,
horror. Yeah, in a horror movie.
Lead and roll.
I saw or hero. Maybe did I see that? Villain or hero?
Heroin.
Heroin.
Oh, heroin.
Yeah.
Heroin.
So it can be
Y'all just lost me. What? Why we? Heroin?
not
Not
the drug
Not
heroin.
the drug, Chris.
Heroin is like
female
a
hero.
female.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's
know.
called a
I'm
heroin.
learning something right now because when I heard
It's-
heroin, I said, "This is a
it's spelled-
PG-13 show."
It's
boys
spelled,
and girls.
It's spelled like heroin, except it has an E on the end, which means it's heroin. It's a female.
You don't know
hero.
that shit. You got it from him. Why are you piggybacking off of everything
he
he
didn't get
said?
that from Jeffrey.
Did he? Shit, I got it backwards. Jeffrey, stop piggybacking on him.
Jeffrey's not piggybacking. He got the topics.
No, but that's what it is. And so it can be the guillotine's topic can be either a female killer in a horror movie or
Or
the
heroin.
the main
Heroin.
female
Heroin.
lead role.
Heroin.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like
Charlize
Jamie Lee
Theron.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Well, no, in Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween.
Okay, we again.
Okay, we got
again. No, we don't, because we went to heroin and drugs and our.
It's all about rock and roll.
Which could go hand in hand with the
Or
with the,
was
female artist. Yeah.
It could.
See, I don't even know topic. What I'm talking about, guillotines and guitars.
We're on the guillotines topic,
Okay,
I think
the
you've covered
best.
it.
and the guitar topic is going to be the
Tell him, Scott.
what?
Go,
You
Scott.
want me
Go.
to say it, Chris?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, it's going to be best female artist. Now, that can be, again, this is subjective. It can, it's not, we're not looking for the very best female artist. We're looking for what your best female artist is.
Right.
And
That's
that can be,
your opinion.
that can be the vocals. It can be the whole look and everything. I mean, it can be a,
Guitar player.
yeah, a
drummer.
litany of different ideas of what it can be.
Yeah.
But
Or
so that's-
or it could have been, because there's a lot of them that.
Yeah, and it could
left
what
us very early.
happened because there's a lot of them who aren't here with us anymore. So that's what our topic is going to be. All right.
Is that all, Scott? You want to say anything else?
No. What I do want to say is that we have some shiny little shot glasses here that
They
has
are very,
something-
actually, it's
something
very shiny. It's like see-through,
isn't it though?
very see-through, and it smells like shit.
And this is something we have not had before on this show. And this is all thanks to
Who,
Mr.
Randy
Jeffrey
Travis's?
Is
Is it Randy Travis's?
That's close. Yeah.
It was close.
It's George Clooney, but
George Clooney. Oh,
Randy Travis, George Clooney.
yeah, George Clooney. That's shit. I
this
had
is-
that all wrong.
You was close.
we are doing Casa Amigo
What's it called, Jeffrey?
tequila.
Casa Amigo. This is the first I've heard of it. I was actually going to get Cabo Wabo for Cinco de Mayo this week. And I remember you guys talking about the guy that started
Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar starting Cabo Wabo. So I said they've already talked about that. So I figured I'd go with the George Clooney.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was good. That was good.
So,
yeah.
and actually, the guy that I bought it from talked me into paying almost double what Cabo was for this. So I hope you like it.
I hope it's good.
But before we do this, I did do. I was talking to Jeffrey earlier before the show started, and I did some research on this. And George Clooney sold this brand of. I mean, he sold his share, or him and the other guy who started it sold it. Do you know what they sold Casa Amigos for?
$1 billion.
How did you know that, Chris?
I'm smart.
Because you were there when we were talking about it.
He's a good listener.
Yeah, but
Now, as far as retaining that information.
$1 billion is what they sold.
That's what I just said.
That
$1 billion.
brand for.
So
Ask
you didn't know. You asked me what I told
know,
you what it was.
But that's crazy though.
And
$1
what did
billion.
What'd Cabo go for?
Cabo went for $150 million, I think.
And I thought that brand was fairly successful, but that don't
I mean,
count.
if you sell your company for $150 million, that's pretty successful.
I would say.
Hey,
But
fuck.
if you sell your company for $1
That's
billion,
what I'm.
that's
That's
ultra
what I'm getting
successful.
at. Jeffrey,
That's-
just for fun, what would you, if you wanted to, just want to retire? What would you sell your company for? What's your number?
That's a tough question, Chris. You know, I don't think there is a number. I hadn't really ever thought about it.
That's because Jeffrey loves what he does. He loves his employees, so
Yeah, but everybody's got a number. You know, I mean, that's a legitimate question. I would say, somewhere around $1,000 probably.
So, he drank too much of that shit already.
I got my checkbook. I'll write you that
Jeffrey's
check.
like, you don't want that headache.
I'll write you that check right now.
I got a good idea, but I would never disclose that. But you know,
Damn.
Yeah.
Unless
Mike
it
Brock's
was-
listening.
Keep that until he needs it. Or if he decides he needs it or wants it.
All right, so we're going to flip a coin for our subject tonight. And our honored guest, Jeffrey, he's going to flip and see which one we're going to, what
Or
subject we're
spin. You can flip it or spin it, Jeffrey.
flip it
Whatever
or
you want
spin
to
it.
do.
I'm gonna go the safe route and spin it. So,
All right,
either
so
one,
this is to see where we start.
Guitar,
Whether it's
guillotine.
guitars or guillotines.
guitars or guillotines. What would you like, Chris, if you had a choice?
I would like guillotines first. Guillotines.
Which one?
I like how he said it right the first time, and then
It didn't feel
and
right.
then
It didn't feel
and then
I didn't have the
butchered
L.
it the second time.
Gilla. Oh, here we go.
guitars.
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 Boo.
I'm sorry. I tried.
I'll call a recount.
Well, best 2 out of 3. Let's just go with the guitar.
A recount. There's one coin, so it ain't a real big recount.
I want another try.
All right, so the guitars is best female.
Artist.
Go ahead, Scott. Just talk. Go ahead. I want you to say it. It's gonna make me happy now. Just go ahead.
I just did. Best female artist.
Artists of what? Doing what? What they
The
doing?
best female artist.
Artists what?
Or,
What pop
or front
country?
woman.
Because we are a rock show. I mean, rock and horror. So I mean, it's rock, but it can be
Kind of put you on the spot, didn't it?
no. But you can use a country artist or a pop artist if you want to. I mean,
Whatever your choice is.
we're not strict in how we try and.
You just made me feel strict. Well, we're a rock show, so we gotta have.
Well,
rock.
generally we stick to rock, but we don't always have to. So
No.
That ain't what you said.
Pick a
I'm
pick
saying
a
that
genre,
now.
Chris.
Yeah,
Pick a genre. I'll go with you.
Your favorite might be bluegrass.
Who's going first? Me?
Oh,
Do you want to?
Do you
want
to flip a coin?
or do you want to go last?
I want to go last. I was
He
like,
wants to go
let's.
last.
Now you
our
don't like
guest-
to go last because you like to sit there when somebody says something. Go, God damn it! That was what I said. That was my thought.
That's exactly what I want to do.
I would really like for you to go first.
Yeah,
Chris.
you go first, Chris.
Since you're going to try to default to me, I would rather.
There we go. You
I'm
go
a little
first.
nervous, so I want to see how you do it.
he
hold
set a
on
good
now. Y'all
example. Set a good
I
example.
ain't even gonna say what the hell y'all did to my iPad.
What are you googling?
I
You should
had-
you
I
should
had
have
my
been
answer.
studying this all day.
I had my answer.
Okay.
Just hit the back button. Then.
What's her name?
Hit the back button.
Hold on, I ain't gonna tell you yet.
Well, that technology is something, man.
Yeah.
All right, so mine.
Okay, you got to get off that your penis-shaped meat page.
What the hell is wrong
Hey.
with you?
Hey,
That was what you were on. I'm sorry.
hey.
I happened to walk by there. I saw all that on there.
So time out just for a
Wait,
second.
did we miss the
So
shot?
everybody's getting
Was I
ahead of
supposed to take my
themselves.
shot?
Let's christen the show. Let's get started. Let's,
I'm blinded by the meat talk you talking about over there.
well,
Hey, all I know is when I got up, when I saw what was on your iPad.
They coming. I'm not
before
gonna
the show started, that's
They
his
what?
personal time. I mean,
I know.
I'm not gonna
That's why I
say-
didn't say
That's
anything
why I
about
went
it.
to the bathroom so many
You
times.
sick.
What?
You are sick.
All right,
I
everybody
can't
get a
help what was on
lime.
your
Everybody
iPad.
get a
I mean-
lime. We don't have salt.
A
So we don't-
line.
A lime.
We're doing a shot.
Lime.
you got to
No.
christen the show.
Yeah, that's wrong.
He's talking about we're doing a line. All right, Jeffrey bought this, and we appreciate it. So
Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey.
Yes.
He actually brought
I know.
lime,
I know
too.
tequila's not everybody's favorite. It's not my favorite, but I felt like this week with
Good
Cinco
show,
de
boys.
Mayo and
Yep.
everything,
This is gonna be
Good show.
rough.
we
Good
should
show.
do it. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate
All right,
it.
you ready?
Oh,
It's honestly not that bad. I mean, compared to some tequilas I have drank,
there's like
It's
200
not that
little
good
men
either.
doing karate punches down my damn
But
throat
it's-
right now.
it's-
What?
it's not like house tequila or anything. I mean, it'd be a lot better in a.
It's,
No, it's a lot better.
It'd be a lot better in a
it-
frozen.
I'll say
margarita or
this:
something.
at the beginning, there's a bite. It's a little smooth at the end.
It doesn't have that. You don't have that.
No, I don't feel smooth.
I don't feel the smoothness neither.
But you know, like Jose or something like that.
And I think we should have went with the brown.
You like the brown better?
The brown was good when I took a sip of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
It's good.
That there had a kick to it, and it didn't stop
Well-
until even when I took the lime, it was like still kicking. It's like, damn.
It's kind of like at Christmas. You know, you drink stuff, you eat stuff that you might not like. So it's it's Cinco de Mayo. So we're gonna have a little tequila.
Yeah.
No,
that's
I
not-
mean-
So
that's-
Jeffrey also bought some tacos. That was pretty
I
cool.
did.
though.
I'm all. I was trying
I'm
to.
gonna savor them.
Keeping
After
up with
the
the
show.
whole Cinco de Mayo thing.
Yeah. I stopped in
Jeffrey
at the,
was thinking.
at the Mexican restaurant out on the bypass. It was like the Ryan Steakhouse, and then a Mexican restaurant. Then it sat
Yes.
vacant for a while. Now it's a Mexican restaurant again. It looks like it's really good. You know,
Me,
a lot of people
yeah,
in
me and
there.
Kimberly's been there a couple of times, and it's really good. It's impressive.
Well, we got
So-
their tacos tonight.
I have to say that Jeffrey has by far
He has set the
exceeded.
bar.
He has set the bar really high for guests and for all the past guests.
Sorry, William.
Yeah, y'all did not meet it, Jeffrey.
William
now,
come,
now,
William
now
come in here and
our
drink
bar,
all the liquor.
Our bar is set.
Well, that
to
maybe
where
I
our
get to
gu- our
come
guests
back.
gonna be.
All right? Maybe I get another chance.
Hey,
We think
it's
you're gonna be an honorary member,
Well, thanks. Thank you.
maybe every week.
Maybe. Yeah.
permanent bar producer. All right, so guitars. Favorite
Guitars.
female frontman or front woman vocalist /
Well, we're doing female, so it's gonna be a front woman. It's not gonna be a front man.
Mine is Gwen Stefani, for no doubt. Well, no doubt / she's
Her solo career.
Yep.
Yeah.
so
I
Gwen
like that.
Stefani.
I like
love that. Y'all remember first No Doubt
I
CD?
do. I remember-
bought the damn thing. That shit
I
was
remember
awesome.
seeing their first video for what was it? I'm Just a Girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I bet there was something about it that it was just
But do you,
Probably the way she
this
moved. maybe.
this might
Yeah.
surprise you. Do you know how old she is when she was born?
I think she's what 55.
She was born in '69.
So that makes her do the math.
Don't make me do the math.
16.
She'd be 50
I'll get my
years.
phone. Hold on.
52
Yeah, she'd be
years old.
Yeah.
I didn't know she
53.
was that
she'd be
old,
50,
man.
almost 55.
So she's also an actress, a fashion designer, and all kind of
And country music lover.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's
really?
with what's his name?
Blake Shelton.
Yeah, Blake Shelton.
They did the
not no more.
Oh, they're not together anymore?
Since when?
When did that happen?
It's worth a Google.
Did you cause them problems, Chris?
It's worth a Google.
I thought they were still together.
Was that America's Got Talent? Did they ever, or what was that?
They were. That was the show where they were.
The
All-
Voice.
all the-
Is
The
it
Voice.
The
The
Voice.
Voice. Yeah.
Where all,
yeah.
all the judges' seats
Faced
were
away from
faced
them.
away
and,
from them, and then they hit it where they turn around if they like it or whatever.
Right.
So they're not together anymore, though?
No,
Oh, I thought they were. That's a shock to me.
she's from California.
And Blake Shelton from where? Tennessee? Or was he from Georgia?
Oh,
I'd
maybe
say somewhere
Georgia
south of the Mason, Texas.
Yeah.
I'd say
But man,
Georgia or Arkansas. Or,
as a young lad back in the '90s, I was like, man.
A young lad.
A young
You know
Where
how-
were you in England when you were kids?
Well, I was in
a young
Sam.
lad.
I was in Sam Goody's in Hartsville.
When do you talk like this?
A
As
strapping
a young lad.
I was a strapping young lad.
Was Miss Havisham with you when you were young?
I was a strapping young lad. But how I discovered, no doubt, I was going through Sam Goody's CD and I saw her on the cover holding the peach like this, and I was like, damn, she's fine. That's the only reason I bought that CD. And I took it home, and I realized it was like rock and roll. I listened to that whole first CD was badass. I was like, holy shit.
It had Spiderwebs on it.
Spiderwebs. It had,
Spiderwebs is a cool song.
You and me.
Yeah, and the slow song.
used to
The one that really
be
took off for him.
together. Sing it to me, Scott. Every day.
You're doing a great job.
hey, sing it in your AC/DC voice, Chris.
Always, yeah.
You and me.
You and me. Hokey pokey and around. I'm going to stick my left leg in.
Shake it off.
Yeah, but no,
Not my whole leg, though.
I remember that. The CD, I know what you're talking about, the cover, too. Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
to me, there were so many albums I bought just because of
The cover album.
cover.
I was the
what
same
the
way,
cover
yeah.
looked like.
That's why I bought the CD. I was like, that looks, damn, she's fine as hell. You know,
Never
I'm
heard
a
them
young
before.
strapping lad, and you know, I'm
But I
going
mean,
through puberty.
that's before you heard them.
What
right?
exactly
to
do you
take that
mean by
home.
strapping? What do you mean by
strapping. That means buff. I had abs. I could see my feet.
Was that back when you were holding the ball for the place kicker?
That's bullshit. I was starting. I started every damn down
Well,
I played.
it might have been holding balls, but it wasn't sports related. Probably not.
Yeah. See?
Easy.
I see
easy,
how this is going to go.
Easy on the edit button. Easy on the edit button.
Hey, hours is look at that. He's like, I'll be in here forever Sunday, Monday night or Tuesday night.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being
No.
gay.
No,
I don't.
there's not.
No, there's not. I don't.
Absolutely, Scott.
There's nothing wrong with
I
being
agree
gay.
Or
with you 100%.
bisexual. Or
Scott.
Bisexual. I have no problem with somebody being bisexual.
I have to. Me either. Let's.
Okay.
Well, let's not talk about it.
We
Why are you
we
turning
in
so red?
agreement then? So we.
He's blushing. You got him blushing.
Yeah.
I never seen him
Well,
blush.
no, but
That's my
I'm
blood
saying,
pressure.
I'm just saying.
Tired of holding
I
my
don't,
stomach
I don't have
in.
a problem with that. You know, it's not like
Damn cameras on them. Gotta watch my figure.
Oh God! All right. So what else about Gwen?
She's beautiful.
Is that the sole reason you like her? Because she's hot.
what about
Actually-
her voice? Can she sing?
So
she can't
so
sing.
this
Sounds
time
good.
I was maturing in my drumming. So their album was one of many albums that I like cover tune to upstairs.
toned yourself to
Yeah.
your
Wait a
sound.
minute. That album came out when 96,
How old were
90,
you? Give us
95,
an age.
I'd say 95.
Were you 15?
or 96.
95, 96.
That's when I got my first drum set.
How
Okay.
old were
The
you?
ones
So-
I play today.
So you were maturing. How are you still maturing now? On the
See what it did there, folks?
See what it is.
I'm joking with you, Chris. I'm picking. I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
I know, yeah.
Really, I'm not.
But that,
I am.
You got him sweating with the gay stuff. I can tell you that. I
Yeah.
can see it on his neck. He's sweating a little bit.
hey,
But that's my pick.
that's a good pick.
Hi,
Chris.
that was a good pick, wasn't it, fellas?
That
a good
was a good.
That was a
pick.
good pick.
Everybody loves
Hard
No
rocker,
Doubt.
yeah.
It don't matter
Yeah,
who
no
you
doubt.
are. No,
No
Doubt,
doubt. No
is,
doubt.
is
No
a
Doubt is
fucking
good.
badass band.
No doubt.
Did you ever like tone any of your drumming like after their drummer or anything?
Dude,
Do you
at the
ever-
time, I didn't know anything, but I was just making noise. You know, I was just banging away. You know,
Yeah,
I was playing by ear. You know, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds like this drum right here." Bah, 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 You know,
Do you know No Doubt's drummer was notorious for playing naked a lot.
Well, that's why that was what I was leading into. To
So,
No,
are you insinuating you want me
Was
to?
that on the album cover? Is that why?
No, he actually, I think in the Don't Speak video,
he is
it shows him.
with just
naked.
a sock, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that because I hit my
Why?
leg
But-
way up here near my knee, and I'd be
But
scared
it
to hit
shows him
something else.
with just it shows him like I think he's like on a pull-up bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he cuts like a flip, but he's naked on the video, and I think I read somewhere that he was notorious for going naked a lot.
Oh, he did, especially in the early days.
No, I'm talking about he
Look, he's
did it.
finding him.
No, I forgot
No.
to close the tab.
Oh.
That y'all did.
What y'all did.
Dog it.
Always wanting to blame somebody.
As soon as I started talking about the drummer being naked, and that's what he liked doing. That's what he's talking about. Oh God, let me look. Yep. I'm trying to look him up.
He was looking for it.
Why is you? I just kidding.
So, anyway,
Who's your
That
favorite?
was-
Who was your favorite drummer, Chris? Have we got time to ask him that question?
yeah, we do.
Who was your favorite drummer? Don't say
At
Tommy
the
Lee.
time, no. At the time, it was Dave Severa from Korn.
Was that your biggest influence?
That
probably?
was my biggest influence, the way he played. And my second influence would be Shannon Larkin from Godsmack.
Ah.
Also, two good choices.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you know who Shannon Larkin played for before he played?
Oh
with-
yeah, Ugly Kid Joe
Yep. He
and
played for Ugly Kid
and
Joe.
not Candlebox.
He is on it tonight.
Please tell me. Just tell me.
He don't know.
I don't know who else.
No, it
I know he
wasn't
played for-
Candlebox. It was Ugly Kid Joe. Oh my God!
You can come back
Brain
to it
fart.
if you think about it.
Was it one of those '90s grunge bands?
Well, I know it'd have been the '80s band. I
But,
think.
Yeah.
but you got Google.
Was
right
it,
in front of you.
Was it?
I can't think.
I know you don't want to
It's
close your page.
I'll tell you later when it comes to me. I know the two bands that he played was Ugly Kid Joe and it was something else.
You
I,
got-
yeah, I know he played for Ugly Kid Joe.
You got Google right in front of you, man. If you would just
I don't
close,
wanna
I
use-
know you don't want to close
I
that
don't wanna use
page,
it.
but okay.
Do you
I
know
understand.
Sully Erner from the singer for Godsmack?
Yeah.
Is a great drummer.
Oh,
He
is
played
a
on the album,
badass
didn't he?
drum. No, the first album
On
he
the
did all the
first
drums.
album,
All the
he
drums,
He
yeah,
did
yeah.
all the drums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But on their live shows now, they have like him and Shannon Larkin have like a drum off where they bring another drum set on stage, and I mean they do all kind of stuff like where they're playing together and they'll throw sticks at each other across the
Oh,
stage
really?
Wow.
and catch it and keep playing. You know,
Yeah, that's
they'll be like
impressive.
they'll be doing it and then and throw it and keep playing and they'll catch the drum. It's actually pretty cool what they do.
You and Chris ought to incorporate
Whoa.
something like that in y'all's show. Whoa.
Whoa. Let me hold on now.
Chris, we don't tell us about any
Were you
of your
wrong?
other searches that you.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, you've intrigued us now. So
It was Candlebox he was in.
there you go.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I told you, '90s grunge band.
It was Candlebox.
So you
Shannon
had it.
Larkin was
Shannon
in?
Larkin. So he replaced the drummer Tommy Stewart. I remember him. He's the bald head guy. Let's see. He was a member of the band called Amen, Candlebox, Ugly Kid Joe. I don't know this one. Souls at Zero.
No, I don't know that either.
And what the hell is that?
Well, I'm
Wrathchild America.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of these guys have been in tons of bands.
How many bands are you in?
You got to start somewhere.
3.
That's it.
That's it. I'm in Consume.
Yeah, he used to be in
Consume
about
Acoustic
10.
and 2 Hicks in a Box. I'm still sometimes part of FGH.
Yeah, he's always a part
I'm
of
sometimes part of Carol Gainey Band.
There you go. And he plays for Preston
Yeah.
Duffy's song,
Yeah,
Justin
Preston
Anderson's song.
Duffy. Yeah, well, you know what?
If he's got the box, he's playing. I mean,
If I know the music and you're paying me, I'll play.
or if you're feeding him, he'll play.
Either or.
Either or.
Good meal and some drinks.
Yeah.
He's your man.
You know it.
That's
I'm
good.
surprised he
What?
plays for a good meal and drinks because he don't drink a lot.
Not a lot.
That was
He drinks
that
a whole
that was
lot.
Very,
Hey.
very educational, Chris. Though.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hey.
Thank
It
you.
was.
One of many compliments that you don't give.
Hey, and remember, hey,
I give you compliments all the time.
And
lot of
remember,
times-
remember, folks, if you'd like to see an episode with Chris drinking just H2O, which I think Jesse Woods sent an email in, and
He did.
He'd like to see that.
I
but
deleted that son of a
Chris-
bitch. I can't believe I
Chris
haven't seen
deleted
it.
that email. Jesse, Chris deleted your email.
Jeffrey, he is over here. He's
Hey,
got
he's-
tapestries. He's got pages.
Jeffrey
How
has-
he's got
You
what?
have
He's
you
got
have
what?
an entire computer. All right, I got 4 pages.
He
of
printed
print,
out some shit over here.
Well, I mean, he's
got
prepared.
a picture. He's got what the hell is that?
He is prepared.
All right.
So moving along.
So moving along. That was
Is it-
mine.
Says the
Gwen
man.
Stefani.
Says the man with the whole world at his fingertips in a tablature. Talking about somebody's got a couple pages.
Let's look up this Scott Barfield.
I'm old school, man. I
Well,
want to
Never
be
mind,
prepared. You know?
Chris. We offer you. We move.
All
on.
right, here's to our guest. What you got there,
What
Jeffrey
you got,
Furr?
Jeffrey?
Well, you know, I really, I hate to say this. I don't want to sound mean or bad or anything, but I there's not a whole lot of women lead singers that really do a lot for me. You know, I mean, like you got people like Janis Joplin and some of those people that are really special. You know, but I think the one person that really intrigues me, as far as rock and roll goes, is Amy Winehouse.
Oh.
And,
Amy Winehouse, and her life unfortunately was cut short,
Extremely
way
short.
before.
Because she didn't want to go to rehab. She
Yeah.
said,
No, but she had some-
no.
And then literally that's what happened. You know,
Yeah.
and
She was actually when she came out, she was. I mean, she blew up and was big, and had like a couple big songs, and you could actually kind of see the writing on the wall with her. It was
Right.
like, you know, she
it
needs
was just
help.
coming from there.
Yeah.
You know, but
But-
it also, you could tell that she was extremely, you know, suspect to fall victim to the drugs and alcohol, which a lot of rock stars do. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of like what, you know, that's kind of like what goes along with the territory. And if you're not strong minded enough, you can get caught up in that stuff and go south real fast. Because I mean, it's a fast life, and it's, you know, especially being out there. You know, you got to go to LA and all that stuff, and everything's going on.
and you constantly have to be up, and
you do.
you have the people who are pushing. You know,
Yeah.
this has to be your best performance.
Yeah. I think
Best performance,
ultimately you're looking
you
for
know.
that edge, and then you end up
and that's what it
finding
I
it
think
in drugs and alcohol. And
that's what most.
You
most
know,
of
that's
them
what
do.
happened to Taylor Hawkins, the drummer of Foo Fighters. He literally told his manager, he's like, they're killing me. We're just, because all their music is
Well, and
100
that's-
miles an hour.
That's
you know?
that they push them and push them and push them. It's just like, especially when something
Yep.
blows up where it gets real big and famous. You know, it's just like we have to capitalize on it.
yeah.
That means it gets you out there. You have to do this. You have to do that. And
Keep going.
And then once you're
the human
there,
body isn't designed
nah.
to perform that way. So
Not
Yours
without
is
not without a
clearly-
lot of rest, a lot of water,
yeah,
a lot of
Yours
nutrition.
is clearly
I mean,
not designed to do any damn thing.
You know, it's hard to go out and, you know, just in small bands like we do. It's hard to go out and do 3 in a row, 2 in a row even. I mean, you know, because
Yeah.
you're drinking usually and you're not eating good. And
How
you're,
about that third night when your voice is like,
I've had my voice go out the first night and then had 2 more nights to go. But I think going back to you know, dealing with that stardom and your manager stuff pushing, I think, you know, you got a lot of people outside of the industry that want to be around you, and the cool way to get in is to, you know, bring
Well,
drugs or alcohol, or just like somebody coming up.
Oh,
If you're trying not to
and,
drink,
and that's usually the way it is.
yeah, I mean, you got people steady buying you shots at the bars
Yeah.
and stuff. You know,
And it's the same thing as you got to think these people. This is their life. This is what they do. You know, when we go to a concert, it's an event for us because we're going to see somebody we like to see, and so of course we're going to be, you know, partaking in the alcohol, drinking, having a good time. The artist wants to do the same thing, but it's like they have to do it every night because they're in a different city. You know, you're doing it one time when you go to see them. They're in a different city every night, and they have people in those different cities wanting to do the same thing every night. It's like, do I keep doing this every night, to try and, keep this image up, where I'm, and eventually that's how most people come up, most artists become, alcoholics and all,
That's
because
right.
they do it every night because they're trying to keep up with their lifestyle, which, it's different when you go see a concert because you're only doing it one night a week.
Right.
You go to see a band, you go out, have a good time, party, do whatever. You go back home, go back to your life.
Yeah.
These people, this is their life, going
Show to show.
show to show. And each show, they have people who are constantly sitting there wanting to have a good time.
That's right.
And so you're like, well, I'm a partake in it and
yeah.
keep doing it. And before you know it, it's every night. And it's most of them get that way. And that's how most of them end up dying young because.
But then they get depend on it outside of music, just so coping with everyday life. It's like with Amy Winehouse. She would just drink a lot and smoke a little bit of weed to start with, and then she got hooked up with her husband. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but
Tom York, I think
so. But he was big in
he was
the heavy stuff, into the
he was a
heroin and
big-
whatnot.
Yeah.
And I think that was her ultimate demise, was hooking up with him, and it's just
Well, it's I think she, met somebody that was in the same situation she was in, and of course, all they did was drugs to try and keep going and going. Yeah, and that's what ended up.
Blake Fielder Civil was his name.
Oh, so it wasn't Tom York.
It was Blake
Tom
Fielder
York was
Civil.
another European guy who was bad on drugs or whatever.
And and she's a member of the 27 Club.
Oh,
So many artists, famous artists like Jim Morrison, Kurt
For the
Cobain,
Doors.
Jimi Hendrix
Jimi Hendrix,
Died,
Janis
yeah.
Joplin,
at 27.
Brian Jones with the Rolling Stones, 27 years old. And they all passed away at 27. Is that like is that like something that's supposed to happen? I don't think so, but it sure is. It sure is an extremely eerie coincidence.
It is, but it's also the same thing. Is when you look at all those artists who have died at that age, it's like the reason they all died was because of their drinking and drugs.
Yeah.
And it's like when you
Now there may have been one or two that was something freak or something. When those
but
guys all
it's-
passed away in the plane wreck, who all was in there?
no, Leonard Skinner.
Leonard
that was
Skinner.
Wonder what those ages were. And then you had like when Buddy Holly and all those went down, and
yeah.
Big Popper.
Yeah, so you had different things, but
Yeah.
the majority of them were
absolutely
drugs
and
and
alcohol.
related. And it's the same thing. It's just like they get in that moment. It's just like they're told, keep going.
Yeah.
You're making a lot of money. Keep
Yep.
going.
Don't stop.
We have to keep going.
Yeah.
And at some point, the human body has to. They can't rely on just their self.
That's
They
right.
have to have something else.
Especially at our age,
Yeah.
adrenaline and that stuff doesn't work for so long.
Yeah. Then it's gone.
You gotta
So,
have something.
Yeah. So
Right.
it's truly sad, but
Yeah.
it's what it is.
But I think it's a combination of things. Everybody's looking for that edge. Everybody's looking to fit in, and everybody's looking to do the cool thing and make all the fans happy. Because when the fans are partying and you party with them, oh man, that just gets you more fans.
Oh yeah. Well, I know.
I'll be partying with my fans.
We know.
But that's a good one. Though. Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse,
That's
and
a
not
good-
She
necessarily.
could have been. She was huge when she died.
Yeah.
But she could have been a lot.
Who knows?
But
But
hold on,
she
Jeff.
could have been. She could have been.
and that's not necessarily my favorite.
Well, you got a lot of information here. Is there anything that because you obviously did the work and the research. I want to hear. I want you. What you did you miss over anything?
No, we talked about most of it.
We
I mean,
did.
if you would like to read it, I mean, it was basically everything we talked about.
I don't want to read all that shit.
I think
You see
we hit all the
damn
points.
lines
right?
that is.
You know? I mean, I did
Looks
highlight.
like a damn script
I
down there.
highlighted stuff.
Yeah.
Look
Hey,
how,
he
look
was
how professional
he
that
was
is.
prepared. That is professional.
I even had a list of the
Scott, you see that? You little
top
bullshit,
10,
little
27.
shitty ass notebook.
I don't have a notebook with me tonight.
You better be. Yeah, it is. I see it over there. I'm gonna throw it away.
That's mine.
Damn it.
Don't throw my book
Not
away.
mine.
but the last artist that she performed with was Tony Bennett. So,
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
How about that?
She passed away. That was her last show. Her last. They may have been her last recording she did was a song with Tony Bennett.
Yeah, but I remember watching Amy Winehouse, and
Anyway, moving on.
she had that. Amy Winehouse had that it factor. You know,
Yeah.
she had that. Well, you could tell she was going to be a big
My
star.
daddy thinks I'm fine.
And she was a big star, but she could have been a whole lot bigger.
I think for me it's just that soulful, raspy voice. I mean,
You just heard it.
Oh yeah, I love the raspy voice.
You love that.
women.
that song.
Give it
that
to
song
him again,
Valerie,
Chris. He loves
Valerie's
it.
probably one of my favorite songs.
So
by
that's a good one though.
Good
Amy
one.
Winehouse.
Hey, good one, Joffrey.
her. Thanks, Christopherson. You young lad, you.
Hey, I'm a strapping young lad.
Strapping.
Strapping young lad.
All right, Carol, pressure's on you, buddy. What do
Who
you
you
have?
got?
Who you got?
So,
Favorite.
What female artist you have? I said feminine, didn't I?
yes, you did. That's
Female
okay.
artist do you have?
So, there were several that, me and you had talked
All right,
about
Scott, what you
earlier.
got?
But there were several that we had
You're wrong, man.
talked about. He does this all the time. but-
I know, and he
know-
calls me the microphone boy.
yeah, because if
You
I
see how he cuts it all the time.
hey, if I accidentally edit out like everything he says on the show,
Yeah.
it'll go on with the other three of us. But so anyway, I decided to not go with what I thought most people would go with, but I ended up going with Diana Ross with the
I'm
Supremes.
looking at my drink.
Nice.
He's gonna take it. Because-
Diana Ross. Damn, I didn't even think about
what
that.
a voice. She
Yeah.
had a voice on
And,
it.
and
Wow,
with the
this
Supremes,
is
and in the
interesting.
1960s, they were probably
Iconic.
I mean, they were iconic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Diana Ross was iconic
Yeah.
herself.
And anything time you think of the name, you think of that "Stop in the Name of Love." Chris, sing it in your AC/DC voice.
Stop in the name of love. Yeah.
But anyway,
I knew the hokey pokey. All right. Go ahead.
but anyway, so Diana Ross, I just think that the Supremes and her, like all the way from the 60s until now, I mean, like they made a lot of accomplishments and they were like you
And a
said, they were
tough
iconic.
time for
Yeah.
black artists.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely, and they set the bar and they set the standard extremely high. And
Very high.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's been
Yeah.
reached.
yeah, I don't know if it has either, but so that's
Ray Stevens couldn't even seen that coming.
yeah. Well, that's who I ended up going with. because-
Y'all didn't
Do you
get
mean
that.
Ray
No,
Charles?
you're right,
You mean-
Charles.
Shit!
Yeah.
Who the hell did I say?
Was
I
you
think Ray
Ray
Stevens could
Stevens.
sing.
Swirl went berserk or something?
Shit, I messed that all up.
Yeah, you.
I meant Ray Charles.
But that's all right.
Why don't you let Carol have his moment? All right. Why you
Trying
keep-
not.
why you-
I'm trying to not to.
Anyway, so
Anyway, yeah.
so I think
Diana
they set,
Ross, yeah.
I think they set standards that future generations look to. Maybe not.
No,
but
I
maybe
agree
not.
with you.
Maybe not Ray Stevens, but I mean a lot of generations.
And
I
that,
can't believe I
and
did that.
that was talent back then too, because not only could they sing, but they could dance.
Yeah.
They could choreograph. Yeah, if you watch those old videos of those girls up there dancing, I mean, it's just like they don't miss a beat, in time with everything,
I
every
know.
step,
Hey,
and that was back before, the day.
that's back before you actually had. Maybe not. I don't know, but now you have
Choreographers,
teachers, yeah, who
teachers.
choreograph people their dance moves.
and you can see
And they
you can
might
see
have
your
done it back-
mistakes instantly.
They,
Oh,
they
you
might
can
have done
record it and
back
say, "Oh, I did that
then, I
wrong."
don't know, but
Yeah.
I feel like back then Diana Ross and them did their own moves and did their own.
Back then, I think their best friend was probably a mirror. I would guess.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I would guess they probably practiced everything in front of a mirror to make sure they were stepping together and doing all the right stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because how else could you do it back then?
I mean,
You
record
can
it
do
on
it a lot
a
of
reel.
stuff, right? That you can just have a bright light and your shadow would be right there.
Well, you could do
Did
that.
you ever think about that?
I didn't.
'Cause I'm smarter than you.
You are extremely.
I think we could blindfold you with dental floss right now. What have you been doing?
Huh? You talking to me?
So
Is that
that's-
red stag guy, that red stag getting on you that hard? Or was
No.
it the tequila?
I think it's the damn
I think it's
James Brown tequila.
I think it's
James
James
Brown.
Brown.
You sure it wasn't a Ray Stevens?
It was George Foreman, remember?
All his cousins. All the above.
So that was who my choice was.
Who was your
So-
choice again? I don't forgot.
Diana Ross.
That's a good choice.
Well, actually, I chose the Supremes, but
Are y'all friends? Are you and Chris friends? Like,
we are.
Y'all are.
Yeah, we are.
Like outside of this
Hey,
podcast?
I played in so many of
Even-
his videos, and I look crazy as hell. But
Is
I
that
did
the
it
one
anyway.
when the girl cheated on you?
Yeah,
with
she
the other
cheated
girl?
on me.
Like she left you for another
Yeah,
girl.
and then she wanted
Yeah.
to whoop my ass in the video.
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
yeah,
She
I
left you for another girl.
She
Hell
did.
yeah, she
So
did.
what does that
She
say?
wanted to fight him too.
What does that say about you as a man?
She said I was too aggressive and big.
But
Big
Well, I don't
headed.
think she's- yeah,
hey,
big
when
headed.
I called Chris and I was like, I want to do the video and I want to have her cheating on another woman with you. He was like, that's a pretty good idea. Who come up with that idea? You didn't come up with that idea. I was like, yeah, I did. I did come up with that idea, but that was a pretty good video.
I said I'll kick her ass.
I tried to pay her to punch him on the video and she wouldn't do it.
I'm Carol's puppet. If you don't notice.
You
Usually-
did it. And can I say you did a really good job in that video?
He
I was,
actually
I
did.
was
I was
impressed.
nervous.
I was impressed.
I was nervous.
He done
You
great.
look like you were just a natural though.
I
mean, getting left for another woman is just.
Yeah.
Chris,
comes
would you
natural.
like to tell everyone
How'd
what
you
the
like the
video
caterpillar
is?
hat on there? Yeah.
Cater-
Think I'll get sued for
what
that?
kind of hat was it?
Caterpillar.
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 Chris, would you like to tell everybody what video you was in case they want to look it up?
Yeah, give him a little plug, man.
It is so I don't know the title.
Oh God, he forgot
so
the name of the
I
song.
won't be home tonight, bitch. And I wanna make. It's called.
I don't know what it's called.
What the damn? You don't even know what the
It's your
hell
song, you don't
it's
know
your
what it's called?
song. Carol Gainey's. What? Carol Gainey is a sphincter boy. What?
It all comes back, doesn't it?
It does.
Just can't get away from it.
Not the beginning, the end. That's the other one.
That's it.
No, it ain't.
It's
Get in
gonna
the
be
end.
all right.
It's gonna be all right.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
All right.
If you want to see Chris Hicks, strapping young lad in the video, look at Carol Gainey's. It's gonna be all right, and you will see me in my moment of glory.
Do you still have an English accent from back when you were a young strapping lad?
He does.
Yes, I do.
He
Can we
hides
hear
it
it?
very
You
well.
don't want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
It'll melt your ears.
That's all I want.
You might touch me.
So anyway, moving along, Scott. What is your choice?
Well, my
Hey,
choice.
it's raining outside. You know that.
My choice, and I'm actually,
You know it was
I'm
thundering
actually
too.
surprised nobody else
Did y'all hear
picked
that?
this. Was
Is the
Stevie
table green?
Nicks.
Stevie
Well,
Nicks.
and that-
This
and
tastes
that's
people
what I
Stevie
thought
Nicks.
about.
Because she personifies rock star to me.
Yes, she is.
Yep. Still
I mean,
doing it.
Yeah,
Still doing it.
Still doing it. But back in the day, she had the look, she had the sound, and not only that.
She's a witch. You know that, right?
Well, not only that, but you know, her and Lindsey Buckingham, the guitarist for Fleetwood Mac,
I know
dated,
who Lindsey Buckingham
and then
is.
they broke up. She cheated on him with
The drummer.
Mick
The
Fleetwood,
damn drummers.
and then she blamed
Gotta
everything
watch out for
on
them
him.
drummers.
And all the songs she wrote was about Lindsey Buckingham. And so I'm sitting there thinking, how badass is this? She's making the guitarist sit there and play these songs every night. And he has to sit there and hear her sing songs that's about him. Like,
Not good stuff either.
yeah, not, you know, it wasn't good stuff.
Rihanna rings like a bed. I done forgot the damn words. Like a bed, like a bird in flight. I'm on the wrong course. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's mine. It's
And
Stevie Nicks.
and that's
That's
a
it.
good
That's all
choice.
you got.
too.
That's it. That's
yeah,
it.
That's it.
And that was the first one that popped in my mind.
And mine
and I asked my
also.
wife too, because I picked her brain a little bit, about which ones I should.
What was
go with.
hers?
Stevie Nicks.
She-
of course.
she chose the same-
Yeah.
that
And I
was a
said,
good one.
I thought
that's
about
what
that.
my wife said too was Stevie Nicks.
But I
Yeah.
really
That's
felt
what
like
I thought about it.
I really felt like
Good
one of you
choice,
guys
Sarah.
was gonna
Good
do
choice,
Stevie
Sarah
Nicks,
Boo.
and I didn't.
Love me some Sarah.
She's a good girl.
Yes, she is. Love her.
Puts up with me.
Couldn't put up with you.
She can.
I've been done.
25 years
I
almost.
Lorena Bobbitt your ass by now.
So
Why was that? Why would you do that?
What's going on? Hold on.
Hey,
He just destroyed your headphones. Did you see that?
they spun
They
around
all
with
on your
Well, pick them
$300 headphones
I think we should take a shot while he's going.
because his damn
Well,
bladder
we get ready to take a shot. as
can't
soon
damn
as he gets
handle
back.
the damn heat. I'm telling you, we should.
Well,
we should.
Chris, pick
We
him.
are currently looking for
Do
a
the
new.
honorable thing and pick Scott's headphones up.
Oh, I'm gonna pick him up
He-
all right when he gets back.
Hey, he's your
I'm gonna
co-host.
rub him on my.
Oh,
We should do something else.
you gonna rub them on? We
What was
should
your
do something
favorite?
else.
What was your favorite Stevie Nicks song, Christopher?
It is Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Yes, that's my favorite Stevie Nicks song. Kimberly's is it's off the movie The Witches with Sandra Bullock. God Almighty, she's gonna kill me if I don't think of this.
You better think of it.
Was Stevie Nicks in a movie?
No, but the whole album of Stevie Nicks was on there. I'm gonna get hate mail
What
for
songs
this.
he talking about, Scott?
Sandra Bullock, she played on
Stevie Nicks in a Sandra Bullock movie. Song wise, Chris is trying to think of a.
I'm gonna do a lifeline here.
Yeah, well, just
What was the movie?
don't do a lifeline. She's gonna cuss at you on there.
That'll be
Just
okay.
Google it. Oh my goodness,
What was the movie?
it's Sandra
Well,
Bullock.
it was
How many
it
handheld
wasn't
computers
Trick or
was one
Treat
man
or
need?
something. It was something it was something to do with witches. Witches. There he goes.
I do not know.
But it was Sandra Bullock. Not Hocus Pocus. God, it's gonna kill me if I don't think of it.
I have no idea.
Me neither. It was a good story.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
You're too far away from the microphone, by the way.
It happens a lot.
Watch this. I'm doing a lifeline here.
Oh, you calling somebody?
Yeah. Hold on.
Is this Kimberly?
Yep.
She's gonna be
Watch
mad.
this here.
Hello.
Hey, boo.
What is it?
You live on air, so don't say nothing.
Hey, Kimberly, how are you?
Hey, Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly.
I can't hear anything.
What was the movie with Sandra Bullock?
Miss Congeniality.
No.
Stevie Nicks sang a song.
Stephen Nicks sang the song.
Stop dragging my
Oh,
heart
Practical
around.
Magic.
Who?
Practical Magic.
Practical. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I got it from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Hey, Practical Magic. That's it.
I've never heard of that movie.
What, is,
Oh my God, you got to watch it.
what did she say when she answered?
What
Hey,
did she say?
hey, boo.
She said,
Thing.
"What is it?"
Yeah.
What is it?
So it's Practical Magic. Fleetwood Mac basically did the whole soundtrack just about on that. But that was a fun fact, boy. That's what, sorry for getting off track. But
That was not off track at all. The man's answer was Stevie Nicks.
Yeah,
Yep.
And
that
I-
is. But I've never seen that movie. Had never heard of that movie.
welcome back, by the way. You threw the damn
So,
headphones 20 feet.
No,
About
I think my
stepped
foot-
on them.
I think my foot caught it.
I think your bladder shit. You need to check that. The doctor's appointment.
So I didn't choose Stevie Nicks because I thought others would, but she's
Was you guys surprised that I chose Gwen Stefani?
I think that fits you.
no because of the way
No
the
doubt.
drum. No, because,
Yeah.
no doubt,
doubt.
no doubt. Because
No doubt, bro.
Well,
Wait.
I was gonna choose.
Who gives a shit?
I
Let's
thought-
get on with it. I don't care. I don't care.
I
About
thought the same thing. I was like, I think everybody's probably gonna choose
Lita Ford.
no
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I was gonna have a couple of them. I was like,
Who was
you
your
know what?
backup?
I was like,
Yeah. What
Who
was
your backup plan?
my backup was
Plan B.
honorary?
Ann Wilson from Heart,
Ah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
good.
Oh,
that's a
I
good
didn't
one.
even think about
Yeah.
that. That's good.
and she
Scott.
was actually almost my number one
What
because
made
I
it?
was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, I know probably everybody's gonna say,
Stevie
How
Nicks.
about the
Stevie Nicks.
how about the Judds? They were good.
Yeah, they were.
yeah,
They were really
So on
good.
the
They're
way-
a little more countrified. Which
Yeah.
which if you went that route, as Chris alluded to earlier about the jumping genres and stuff, but I went when I was a senior in high school, maybe a freshman in college, and Reba McEntire came to the Florence Civic Center, and my mom wanted to go see it, and I dreaded it. I did not want to go, but I went with my mom, and I sat there, and I'm telling y'all, this woman put on the best show of any concert I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot. As far as putting on a show, not musically, but her every song was like a movie, like a short skit, and it all built up to the very end of the concert.
As quiet as a mouse.
Oh yeah. Hey, one of the best shows I ever been to. And Scott went to it too. Like Scott begged me to go to watch Cher with him, and I ended up going to this show, and she put on a good show. didn't she?
Cher and Sonny and Cher.
Yeah, Cher put on a great show, but there was a bunch of us went. But anyway,
yeah, we got to move along. We're losing time here, boys.
But one thing about Carol talking about Cher, we went and there was what 4 or 5 of us went and saw.
there was
Cher.
more than 4 or 5. It was.
We carried the RV.
Me, you.
You carried your
Daryl,
RV?
Todd, Tootie.
I heard.
Oh yeah, there was.
There was a bunch of us.
A bunch of us. We went to see Cher in Columbia, and now we were and Cher puts on a show. She does. I think she does a wardrobe change about every
song
or every 2 songs.
That's how Reba did. The whole stage changed every time she did a song. Go ahead.
But we were there watching this show, and we were sitting there when we were out in. We went out to the area we go get a refreshment,
Right.
and go to the bathroom and all. And I remember me and Daryl sitting there watching these 2 fine chicks walk. You know, we saw them from behind. They had like the lingerie on, and it had like a Cher outfit on. It was like, damn, they sitting here wearing that, out. And I mean, they were walking, and me and Daryl both watching them like, God, and thoughts just running through your head.
What
Daryl.
were those thoughts?
And well,
I can hear Daryl now.
The thoughts were,
Don't, Scott.
Yeah, it was. But we were sitting there going,
I'll have her bend over like a Halloween cat.
Don't,
look
Chris.
look at them. And then they turned around, and it was 2 dudes.
Oh my
God! Yeah.
It sounds like a Chris Hicks dream right there.
That's funny.
So
It was 2 dudes. We were like, oh my God! It was like, damn, they,
Chris, you need to remember this story.
Like women.
I can't believe I just
You
asked
need to
him
remember
for a
this
hug.
story, okay?
I can't believe I asked him for a hug.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of
Alcohol that night.
Yeah, well, that and at the Cher concert, there was a lot of cross dressing going on.
Yep.
Maybe some drugs and alcohol.
Are we losing time? We got to skip to
so-
our next
All right,
subject.
so we're gonna do.
along.
We're going to guillotines. We're shifting gears to guillotines.
Shifting gears to
and our topic
guillotines.
is best female villain
Yep.
in
And
or actress in a horror movie or supporting
2
actress.
lines over
Protagonist or antagonist, Chris, right?
Don't say shit I can't understand. I don't like that.
He don't know the difference.
Cheers.
Hey,
Cheers,
cheers,
everybody.
everybody. We got a
Hey,
Christmas
again,
show.
thank y'all so much for having me on the show.
Hey, this is fun.
This
man.
has been a blast.
I
so
noticed
far.
he just.
This is the
Overloaded
Casa
me.
Amigos.
I thought y'all said we were gonna drink while we were doing this thing.
I didn't say this shit. God almighty.
Oh God.
Scott.
Woo!
Make him stop. Oh, that was good.
That was. I tell you what. I usually say every time we do a show, I'm like, that was smooth. And that one wasn't so.
Well, let's so next time we're doing something different, right? All right. So how much longer we got? We got a good bit. Good
No, that's it for the shots.
That's it for the shots.
We actually need to
We
put
all
it
right.
down
Let's just
overdrive on this because we don't.
no overdrive. We're just gonna go with it.
Carol said he just okayed us, so we can,
Well,
we can
just,
calm down a
yeah,
little
we,
bit.
We just
All right.
see
So-
how it goes.
All right, so best female villain or actress in a horror movie. Did I say that right?
We get female villain or or female lead role.
So Chris-
Or
So-
heroin, right?
Heroin.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Chris started first on the last
I don't
one.
like
Is
that
correct?
heroin. I don't get that. I don't get the heroin.
Who started?
Well, you don't have to get it.
Hero and heroin. Is that-
Wonder Woman was a heroine.
so Superman was a hero.
Yeah.
Hero.
Correct.
Never
you have
heard
a
of this.
you
I
have
didn't
a
get
hero.
I didn't get taught this shit.
Catwoman was a heroine.
She was on heroin.
She was not on heroin. She was a heroine.
I'm gonna say she was on heroin.
It's
She was on catnip.
yeah. You have hero for men.
All right, moving on.
H-E-R-O.
So
And then for the women, they came up with heroin, which is H-E-R-O.
That ain't how you spell
Hero,
it.
and then I-N-E.
That ain't how you spell it.
heroin. Yes, it is.
Spell heroin again.
H-E-R-O-I-N-E.
Is that right?
Yes,
There's
that's
an
right.
E.
That's-
There's an
that
E
is
that makes a
correct.
whole difference.
Yeah, if you're talking about heroin, the drug, it's just, it's
If it ends in
without
E,
an N,
it
yeah.
might be a French word.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
anyway. That's what it is.
So we
So-
own the heroin of horror movies.
Let's hear not horror movies, but horror. So let's hear yours.
well, no. So Chris started the
Chris
first
started,
one
okay,
off, so
I-
you'll start this.
Oh, you want me to
one
start this
off.
one
I
off?
do. You are the guest.
So mine is actually a heroine. She was pretty,
Needle in or needle out?
needle out probably with this lady. Now my first girl was probably she was needle in, but Amy Winehouse. But
Yeah, I got what you got there. I got what you did there.
nah,
I picked up what you was putting down.
you didn't, but you thought you did. So anyway, and I'm not a big horror guy. I don't like the gore and the guts and all that stuff. Now growing up, I watched Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. You know,
Have you ever seen Studio 666?
I have not, but I've heard y'all talk
There's
about it.
another one.
I heard y'all talk about it. And
You love
almo-
Foo
it-
Fighters, right?
It makes me want to go watch it,
You need to watch it.
I love
if you
Foo
love
Fighters,
Foo
yeah, I
Fighters, you would love to.
but I
watch this
don't
movie.
like gore.
You would like this score.
It's bad. So from what you said, now the way you described it, it's pretty bad. But anyway, this movie is still terrifying, and it was to me as a kid, growing up. It aired
Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
1979. That was pretty scary too, if you think about it. But 1979, the movie Aliens came out.
That was
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. Who?
Sigourney Weaver.
Was the lead.
Oh yeah.
She was the badass that beat all the aliens' ass.
With the robot thingy.
No, it was
I
an
think
alien.
eventually there might have been some robots, but to begin with, it was her and pretty much bare hands and you know beating these acid spitting aliens, you know, and I and growing up, you're a little younger than the three of us, but you know HBO came out early '80s, and they would just
Taxi
loop,
Cab Confessions.
it would just loop the same shows
over and over.
over. You watch Star Wars or Aliens or Star Trek, The Revenge of Khan. You know,
Yeah.
it was like 25 shows that just looped, and Aliens was one of them. And that thing gave me nightmares. It really did.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Sigourney Weaver was a total badass. And
What?
Chris, what'd you think?
Where'd Chris go? His weak ass bladder he gave out.
I guess so.
But one interesting fact I did find out about her is that her name was actually not Sigourney. She saw that name at the age of 14 after discovering F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. A character in there was named Sigourney.
Oh, really?
So after
Are
she,
you kidding me?
yeah, after she saw that movie or read that book or whatever, she decided she was going to be Sigourney. And
What
that,
what was her real name?
I got it somewhere. Let's see.
But I mean, so she changed her name though to Sigourney.
She did. Yeah.
Was her last name Weaver?
Yes. Her dad, who's Sylvester Weaver, was the president of NBC.
Oh,
So that kind of gives you a little head start on
Yeah,
things.
I know.
If you
Yeah.
want to get into acting, her daughter.
Hold on.
Let's see.
We
No,
got
her
weak ass bladder coming back in. Hold on.
her mom was actually an English actress, Elizabeth Inglis. So Chris might have known her back when he was a little lad over in
I
England.
know English.
strapping.
Everything
on
come
that.
out all right, Chris?
But her name actually was Susan Alexandra Weaver. So she changed it after reading The Great Gatsby to Sigourney.
That's all right.
And she
I
made,
never
and
knew
she,
that.
I never knew that either.
And Scott never knew that. That's astonishing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's pretty impressive. If Scott don't know it, you just impressed me.
But she also played in another movie that was very famous in the 80s. Do you know what that was?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters,
I remember
what do
that
you
movie.
want? Is
Yeah.
that one?
She was actually the villain in that one by default. She was
you
uh
talk-
Yeah,
about,
she was.
um,
she had the
spirit.
demon in her.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Zool.
Took her over.
That
yeah.
was Zool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was Zool.
That's it. That's it.
Zool.
But then I think after that, a couple more Alien movies came out. I think there was like 3 of them. I think it was a trilogy. But the last one, it was pretty good. When she had that shaved head, and she was just she was ready to kick ass.
Oh
from the
yeah,
very
that was she
beginning.
was the badass. It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
she had that persona. It was like when you saw her when she had the shaved head. It was like, oh, she's here to kick
Yeah,
ass. She
yeah.
gonna
Don't-
follow
don't
them
mess
kills.
with her.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's my pick. And again, I'm not a big horror guy.
that's a good one. And I didn't even think of her.
And it
But
just-
I mean, and she is one of the top, I think 3 or 4 at least, as far as what we're talking about.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking back to my childhood. Like, what scared you?
That-
Aliens was scary. You know what else scared me?
What?
The music video Thriller.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm surprised y'all didn't bring that up in one of the earlier episodes of the podcast.
I used to
It was like-
love that video.
It was like musical artists that crossed over into horror. And not only did Michael Jackson cross over into horror, but he actually made a horror video.
yeah.
Yeah, for his.
And that
for his
thing,
song.
I mean, my parents wouldn't let me watch it for a while because I'd have nightmares about it. It was
You,
scary.
you know,
They were walking around with their heads down like you couldn't see they had head.
I introduced my daughter to Michael Jackson, and she loves Michael Jackson. And we sit there and watch the Thriller video, and she'll sit there and watch it. And when he turns into the
Werewolf or whatever, the eyes.
yeah, she'll lash onto me and grab onto me, and but she'll still sit there and watch it, And Sierra will be like, "Why are you showing her this stuff?" I'm like, "This is stuff when I was a kid I loved." I was like, and Skylar is the same way. She's like, I can see she gets scared, but she's like, "I want to watch that video again," and she gets scared every time she watches it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's the same way I was when I was a kid. I was like, I would watch it and I would get scared, but I would want to watch it again.
Again and again.
And again and again and
Yeah.
again,
And listen to the
Skylar the same. Skylar loves Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
For her to be a 5-year-old, Michael Jackson was in the 80s and died 10 years ago?
Not
It's
too
been
long
a ways.
ago. Way before she was born, but
Yeah.
not too long ago.
Yeah. So, but she loves that music, listening to it,
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, I'm like, it's you carrying on a legacy of somebody,
That's right.
And to me, that's what it's about. It's keep, these are songs that are, to me, are timeless.
Yeah.
And
And if it wasn't for you, she might never heard it.
yeah, I know. And so I'm like, let's do it. And actually, here's one story that I probably shouldn't have done, but I was watching videos. I was at the computer at the kitchen where I have a table where I have our
Or I have a table.
well,
Or I have
Your
chairs.
house computer.
where I have my computer at in the kitchen, and
Where we make many meals at night.
but usually it's where I'm on the computer looking at stuff, and I happen to be watching Alice Cooper, some of his live videos. Skylar came in, she's like, "Who was that?" And she walked in. I was like, "That's Alice Cooper." I was like, he's a
Was he biting the head off a chicken at that time?
no. It was just it was a regular concert video.
Yeah.
But I was telling her, I was like, he's a shock rocker, which means he likes, trying to shock people, she's like, what does that mean? I was like, he does stuff that he tries to get people's interest up.
Get a rise out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's something they don't like.
And I actually made the mistake that, and I was like, he has a guillotine where he cuts his head off on stage.
I've seen
and
that.
she was like, he cuts his head off? I was like, well, not really. I was like, it's all pretend.
Yeah.
And she was like, I want to see that. And I was like, okay, well, I'll show you. And then I was like, Sierra happened to walk in when I was. She was.
Scott!
She was.
What's this gonna look like in Sunday school?
As a guillotine was dropping.
Skylar was sitting in my lap. We were watching the video where they put him in the guillotine, and it drops down and cuts his head off.
This old mannequin head.
Yeah.
Just rolling around.
And I'm telling Skylar the whole time. I'm like, it's all. It's performance art is what it is.
Yeah.
I was like, none of this is real. It's all pretend. And I'm telling her, I was like, now watch. They'll pick a head up out the basket, and it'll be dripping blood, like showing like his head's cut off. I was like, but it's not his real head. I was like, it's all pretend. And so, as soon as the guy picked the head up and is showing it out to the crowd, and has his fingers in it where he does the things that make it spit the blood. Skylar's sitting there watching it, sitting on my lap. We're watching this. Sierra comes walking in behind us, and she was like, "What are you letting her watch?" I'm like, she's watching Alice Cooper.
I'm passing the torch on.
Where he cuts his head off. And she was like, "Are you for real letting her watch that?" I'm like, I'm explaining everything how none of it's real. She was like, she don't need to be seeing that at 5 years old.
She gonna be at Kellytown Sunday School, be like, yeah.
No, she's already told her best friend. Went and told her, hey, my daddy let me watch somebody cut his head off. I was like, Skylar, that's not what it is. And I was like,
as a kid, though, it's hard to separate that from.
And I was like,
reality.
maybe I made a mistake doing that.
Yeah, probably not a mistake. Maybe he introduced her just a hair early.
Yeah, but anyway, yes.
Good story though. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Whose turn was it?
I think it's
Jeffrey was
Carol's.
Yep. So Jeffrey.
So he took this. See what he does? That was yours, and he just went on a bender. He went on a bender.
He kind of fed off of it.
I
He
went
fed
all,
off of
all
it.
off the rails on it.
We fed
I
off
went
of
way
it.
in the ditch on that.
But he did end up with guillotines. If you
He
didn't notice.
did. He did. Congrats to him, but he spent like 40 minutes of your time.
All right, Mr. Gainey, who you got?
Make it quick.
You have to make it quick.
Are we good?
Yeah,
We good.
Oh,
we
we
all
good.
right. So I'm going with Reagan. If anybody knows who Reagan is, Scott
Ooh.
probably knows who
I
Reagan
don't
is.
know who
Ra-
Reagan-
I
who's-
do know who
Reagan
who's
of
Reagan?
is that Walking Dead?
No, that would be Linda Blair from The Exorcist.
Linda. Anybody whose name Linda, I don't fucking like him.
So that, Reagan
From
was
Blair Witch Project?
No, from The Exorcist, 1973.
73.
Where the head spins around and spits pea soup.
Yeah, it does.
The year
It
before
does.
Carol was born.
Yes, it does a lot of stuff. But actually, that was 9 years before I was born. But
When were you
no,
born? You're telling a lie. You were born in 74.
84.
That's a story.
It might be. That's what we're here to tell stories.
Let me see your driver's license.
I don't have
did you ever
one. I
watch
lost
that?
them.
Did you ever watch that movie?
The Exorcist.
I honestly not the original one. I ain't never watched the original.
You need to watch it.
Never
It-
watched
It's
the original.
It set
it's
the bar.
yeah. It's one of those that if you watch it, that movie couldn't be produced today.
It never ends. It's like they almost got it and then it doesn't. And then next thing they almost got it again and then it's back. And then it's just like, when are you gonna get rid of this
to
thing?
me, I remember the her having the crucifix and jamming it
Where was she jamming it?
inside her. I mean,
And where? What part of her body?
Not that part.
Her belly button.
Was it a belly button?
Yeah,
Lungs?
You need to watch that show.
Esophagus?
Esophagus. What was that?
You need to watch it.
You will lose sleep at night.
No, the Exorcist that I ended up seeing was the The Exorcist of Emily Rose.
I've seen
And
it.
when
that was
when
that-
they walked in on her eating
That was-
the cockroaches on the floor, and
That was the exorcism of Emily Rose. That's not the Exorcist.
Yes.
Close.
Thank
It's only a
you.
few letters off,
Yeah,
Scott.
that's
Give him a
different.
break.
thank you for
different.
Professor Barfield.
Well,
Only
but
two
that's
letters.
a different movie.
Did I say the pronunciation right?
So in the
No,
70s,
you didn't. You said it wrong.
yeah. So
You
in
said the first two letters right. Sorry, Carol.
you good? In the 70s,
So Carol's like, I'm gonna just continue.
yeah. No, I'm just saying. In the 70s, you got to think about the technology they had as far as making movies, and like if you watch this movie from the 70s, like you will hug Kimberly tight that night.
They had Jello for guts, didn't they?
I'm not sure what they had for guts, but I mean it's just.
I know,
it's at
I
the
think
I'll
they-
bottom.
hold Kimberly tight.
I think the
No, I'm
the,
not saying you don't.
the vomit scene.
That's a lie.
I think they use pea soup. I think.
Oh,
I
for the
heard.
vomit.
Oh, really?
what I just pea soup.
Yeah.
I told you.
But I mean, that scene was nasty.
And,
it was just like she was like it, projectile
corn syrup.
vomiting onto
Corn
the priest.
syrup with red dye for blood.
So anyway, that's and it's it set the bar for everything. Basically, they just summoned a demon. Was it a Ouija board? They was.
Was it a Ouija board?
I
I thought
don't
it was
remember.
just in the house. Didn't they move houses or that's something
Yeah,
else?
no,
She went
I
to
think-
the
I think-
bathroom one night and it was just on.
I thought it was-
game over.
It was in that the yellow house, right?
Yeah, it was in the house, but I thought it was a Ouija
and
board or
I
something.
remember the main what they made the movie poster out of it was the priest walking up those.
the
steps.
Yep. But it was
And that was to me,
it was creepy.
yeah, it's creepy looking. And I'm like, whoever came up with that, this is gonna be what the, what our video poster is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just a priest. It looks so ominous because everything's dark, but you can make out the steps.
Oh yeah.
And you can see the priest walking up. You can kind of see him like looking back, but it's just the way that image is. It's
it
like,
was wicked.
yeah, it's like I don't know what it is. I was like, whoever came up with doing like this is what our poster's going to be and what our video cover's going to be.
Yeah. And basically I came up with something where I said, I'm going to beat them fuckers tonight. So good luck, fuckers. Moving on. Scott, good luck.
All right. Well, what I came up with, and of course, I've had a bunch of them. I went through my head.
Take your time, because
2 or 3,
Chris is
4.
still coming up with his.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, but the one, and I can remember being a small child and watching this movie was Carrie.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Carrie
I
White.
forgot about
With
that.
Carrie White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sissy Spacek.
Yeah.
Sissy Spacek played. And the whole premise of the movie was she was a loner. Nobody liked her in school. So she was an outcast to start with. But on top of that, her mother was very religious. And I think actually her mother thought that if you got your period, that meant that you had sex,
You was doing
which is
something bad.
not the case. But I can remember that part where she got her period in the movie, and her mother freaking out, talking about, like she's had sex. She's like, "Mother, I had," her mother beating her and all.
Oh yeah, you been around Chris Hicks? Don't you lie to me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
She'd be safe around Chris.
the whole premise of that movie was she finally finds out that she has this kinetic, telekinetic,
Ability.
powers.
Yeah.
And she goes
Kitty
to
powers.
she goes to the prom. One of the guys asked her to the prom, and all the cool girls were setting this up They were like, everybody vote on her to be prom queen. Because what we're going to do is when she gets up there and becomes prom queen, we have a big
pig blood.
bucket of pig blood that we're going to dump on her to embarrass her even more. I mean, it was basically this girl who doesn't have any friends. She's a loner. She's been bullied through school, and you still have like the it girls, the cool girls, who are still bullying her, and they come up with a scheme like, we're going to really get her to make her think she's something,
And then
that she's
torture her.
prom queen, and then dump the blood on her, or the whole school will be there and laugh at her.
Good lesson on bullying.
It is. But it's also, because then that's when she burns the whole place down.
Oh,
I mean, it's.
Wasn't there a car? Was there a car?
No, I think you're
thinking about Christine.
You're thinking Christine.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's another one.
yeah, that's a good one too. But they bullied the wrong girl that night.
Yeah.
She burned that whole place down.
Because I'm telling you, like when we went to school, and before we went to school, it was rough. Like you probably couldn't have handled school when we went to school. I mean, it was rough. Would you agree, Jeffrey? I mean, it was a whole different ball game back then.
Yeah, I don't know about you rich boys over here in Hartsville, but
you rich
over
boys
in
in Sherrall.
Over in Sherrall. Listen, hey, after we got off work, third shift,
Hey, we don't know anything about the rich boys in Hartsville either.
we went on into school about 7. Did our homework before the bell rang at 8, and
Hurry it up.
all A's or nothing, baby.
Well, I'm just saying, when we went to school, it was rough. Like things had feathered down a little bit by the time Chris got there.
When you went to school, it was barefoot and
In blue jeans and if you could afford blue jeans.
Shit, when I went to school, they were like, you need a haircut, greaser. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
nah.
Happy days. You're not talking about grease, are you?
All right, moving on.
Watch your drink.
Is it my turn? 'Cause I
It
can't
is.
wait for my turn.
Scott. Scott, are you good?
Scott, what are you doing? You just started it over.
No, I'm good.
All right, back when Chris was in school.
All right, so mine is Bonnie Aarons. Anybody know who that is?
I do not know who. Bonnie
Nobody knows who Bonnie
I
Aarons
have
is.
no clue who that is.
She played the nun in The Conjuring.
Oh, the nun.
Oh, okay.
In the Conjuring?
Holy shit. The scary I can't even watch it to today.
You went to the
Okay.
movies and screamed like a girl, didn't you? You saw that at the movies, didn't you?
Who'd you hear that
Hey, you
from?
tell us how
I've
you
never seen
screamed.
that movie. Was she bad or good?
Oh
or
yeah,
what?
she's
Jeffrey,
wicked.
you've never seen the nun.
So she was
The
she
Conjuring.
was good, but she was bad.
Hey, they went to the, and I'm not
Right.
meaning to.
Chris.
I mean, she was a nun, right?
Before we move on, language, please.
Oh,
Hey,
here we
so-
go.
so-
Wait a minute.
so
y'all are reprimanding language now. An
Yeah.
hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
Oh
so-
yeah, Scott is.
I've
Scott
heard all
was-
y'all drop the
He's
F-bomb
writing
on this
tickets.
Not
one.
me. Scott does.
He's gonna
but-
give you a ticket in a minute. You keep
I
on.
hadn't cussed yet.
So Chris went to the theaters to watch this movie, and somebody heard a holler, and they looked. They said, "Is Kimberly all right?" I think it's when she floated off that dresser or something. But they was like, "Is Kimberly all right?" She said, "That wasn't me. That was Chris."
When did that movie come out?
Oh, it came out in.
The 20 teens?
Hold on.
Yeah, I
They've
think
been teens.
2010, 2011, maybe 2013.
I remember
Kind
watching
of put me on the spot. Hell,
I remember watching the
I got to figure it out.
You weren't as prepared as Jeffrey was tonight, were you?
Was not.
He never.
I remember watching the previews for that movie, and I was like, nope,
Hey, that's wicked.
I ain't going to see that.
Hey, when I was out in California, we went to the house where they filmed that thing out for like a haunted house thing, and
Yeah.
it was wicked. Like that bitch leaned over and was looking down when we walked in the house, and it was. I mean, like when you looked at her, she looked like the real
Really?
shit off. Yeah, it was.
I tell you, man, see, that horror movies freaked me out. The first one that ever really got me was Children of Corn.
2013.
2013.
Yep, that's when Daryl took me to the movies. No,
Was it just you and
No,
Daryl?
Did he
or-
beat you in putt-putt afterwards?
hold
Or
on. 2018. Excuse me,
18.
2018, and he has barely beat me in putt putt. By the way,
I think he beats you every time.
So getting back to Daryl took you to the movies.
well, he did the cards the whole time, so I really don't know.
Oh, he was pencil whipping you.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
so
Are you
what-
saying that on the podcast?
On the
live
podcast.
on the
He is
air.
pencil whipping me.
Daryl cannot beat you in
There's
putt-putt.
too many
Sounds
hole
like
in
a
ones that I've
challenge.
made to
But
not
he's
have
pencil
won.
whipped you.
Just saying.
So you
'Cause they're-
said Daryl took you to the movies.
Yeah, was that
So,
like a
so
bromance? or-
what did you have to promise him?
Promised him shit. He said, "It will be my honor to take
Well, I
you
mean-
to the movies." And I said,
You got
I
the
will
big
allow it.
you got the big microphone, so we already established that
He
that's
promised.
What you
He
like,
promised
so.
him that he would eat everything in the refrigerator when they got home, and probably drink all the liquor that he had in the cabinet.
so we was at the movies in 2018.
Just you and Daryl.
No, it was Daryl and his accomplice and me and Kimberly.
Accomplice?
Yeah.
So did Daryl have the popcorn where he had the hole cut in the bottom?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he did.
Oh my, buttery.
And you kept
Yep.
you
You
kept
was
getting
sitting
the
right
popcorn.
beside him. Yep. You don't remember? You was right there.
I wasn't there.
He was like, "This
That's
is
why I'm
kind of
asking you.
slippery
Chris
down
was
here."
face first in the popcorn. Never saw the movie.
But
I'm sorry,
anyway, so anyway, I was watching the movie, and the lady had a what you call it, a permission or
Yeah, that's what you call it.
what the hell you
Permission
call it?
slip.
She had something like a vision in the future.
Premonition.
Pah! There it goes. The P
Permission
word.
slip. What the hell are you talking about?
Permission
So,
slip. No, I
Permission
just permission. I knew what he was trying to say.
Did you?
Yeah.
so she was dreaming it, and there was a painting on the wall that her husband. No, she had actually drawn the painting that her permission slip had saw in the future. So
Premonition.
yes,
Permission
Who
slip.
who gave her the permission slip?
herself to walk down the hall.
So she wrote her own permission slip.
Yes, she did.
So when she walked down the hall, what did she see?
She saw that fucking nun.
I thought we
Dude.
were not cussing.
Scott.
Don't
We're-
get
we're-
him
we're not.
started. But
I'm-
anyway, so she was looking. It
Chris,
was like a
please.
what?
Language, please.
Don't start your bullshit.
No, I'm again language, please. It's a family-oriented show.
Chris, you keep going. Don't
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, why
Chris.
don't you go shovel some turkey shit or something, you damn farmer?
Again.
Premonition.
Anyway,
We want a
Slip.
definition.
so we was
Slip.
damn. I was looking at the screen, and so she had a premonition.
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 Do you know what that is?
Premonition.
Do you know what that is?
That means
It's like when you see the future.
It's when you get a slip to see the future.
I'm
Okay.
looking at you right now. I see the future in your eyes.
What do you see?
Brent Boatwright will be at work early in the morning.
Okay, so I'm confused.
Get to the point.
Did
So
you
we
see
was-
a premonition or did
Well, I
you
was-
see a permission?
Slip.
She had
Are you like
permission.
are you like the hall monitor?
she
in
had
this thing?
permission to see the premonition
Slip.
slip.
And what was it?
So she drew this picture.
Okay, I'm lost.
She drew this picture.
This is the nun.
Yeah, of the nun. Like she had a vision or whatever.
Okay.
So she drew it and she hung it on the wall. So she fell asleep one night, and so she was dreaming. She walked into the room where the picture was hanging. And I'm telling you, you got to see this fucking picture. It is nasty, grimly, scariest looking shit you ever seen in your life.
Grimly.
Yeah, so she was looking directly at the picture, and the fucking little fucking eyes was looking at her, creepy shit. And she saw a shadow on the. She saw a shadow on the left side of her on the wall. She was like in a narrow corridor, and she saw it walking towards the picture.
And it was Chris.
It was just a shadow, just walking towards the picture, and she just kept watching it. And so when the shadow actually went into the picture, and the fucking eye started glowing, and then it was like, it fucking come toward her, and I fucking shit my damn pants, dude. I was like, wow! Damn, threw popcorn up there
In the theater.
You
in the theater.
You jerked your hand out the popcorn.
He jerked his head out the popcorn.
It was the scariest shit. I still can't watch it today because it's so fucked up looking.
But now, did you?
So you
scream?
watched it once and that's it.
I've tried to watch it twice, but I can't, man.
Hey,
I
but-
don't-
So you watched this show one time in your entire life.
Yeah.
But yet this woman is your favorite actress.
I mean,
So
look at
did
her.
did you scream when it happened?
Look at her.
Did
Hold on.
you scream when it
We
happened?
done,
He said he screamed.
Yeah.
we
So
done
Well,
established.
I wanted
He
to get
screamed
him,
and threw
I
popcorn
wanted
everywhere.
to get him to see if we could get him to reenact that scream.
No,
Well,
the ACDC voice is loud
No.
enough.
Hey.
Don't
Oh,
scream.
yeah.
Look at this woman that plays her. Imagine her with dark eyebrows.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
She's from
at that.
Czechoslovakia, no doubt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Czechoslovakia.
What's her last name?
Chocolate.
Chicken man.
she actually looks like Dracula.
Hey Scott, look at this.
But
woman.
I tell you what, when she's dressed up, now she's wicked.
Tell me, how would you like waking up to that fucking snaz at night?
You wouldn't mind it.
No, she's
I
probably
think
got a
she's
good job.
a fine-looking woman.
She probably got some money from that conjuring
I'll
too.
guarantee you, she's gonna get
Look
some
at
on the
her.
next one also.
Damn eyes sunken in her head.
It's a little like shit.
She ain't from here.
No, she's
I
not.
don't care what you say. She ain't from here.
She's probably from the Conjuring.
I can't even.
She's
I can't even minimize her. Look,
She's attractive in
she's
her
just
own way.
fucking looking at me.
So anyway, that was a great story, Chris.
That was Chris.
No, not that page.
Chris. No, don't show that page.
When you tap it fast, it comes up.
No,
Tap it.
He's got that
Tap it
secret
3
unlock
times
code.
fast.
I do not need it 8 inches longer.
So anyway,
That is a 12-inch tablet.
it was a great show tonight, and we're getting
Hold
toward
on,
the-
man. We ain't doing nothing.
No, we're not. But we Scott's clock's just a touch behind, but
Oh, is it?
it is. But
We got a minute 30. Is that what we're going?
no,
for?
well, no. I mean, we can go.
Well,
on
I've had a
further.
ball.
If-
I appreciate you guys having me.
we
I thought this
appreciate
was
you
awesome.
coming in. But Chris, if you're not finished now, if you need to tap that thing 3 times faster and keep going.
Chris is
No,
thinking
I'm good.
about. Chris is probably thinking about those tacos over there,
Oh,
I'm gonna eat all 3 plates.
and
No
maybe-
plates will go to waste.
maybe another shot of
Oh, we're
of,
definitely doing the
George Clooney's
the George
famous
Clooney.
tequila,
We're doing
the
the
$1
George
billion
Clooney.
tequila.
I wish it was George Clooney. Oh brother, White Thou. That's what he needs to do.
That was a good one. That was a good movie.
Ain't this a geographical oddity? 2 weeks from everywhere. Drink this tequila. 2 weeks. You'll be there.
Kind of like living in Chirac.
Yeah, yeah.
get some diaper dance.
I don't want fuck, goddamn
Dapper
it.
Dan, yeah.
I'm a dapper Dan man. That's what Will's gonna put in his ear, dapper Dan.
He's sitting there eating that corn. I don't understand Dapper Dan.
Oh,
Marty.
yeah, that's Marty Robbins.
Oh, Marty Robbins hits him with a
Damn Marty
log.
Robbins. Yeah. It's all about the money, boys. I don't understand, Big Dan.
No need to understand. Just go to sleep.
Yeah, just go to sleep.
Oh man, that was funny.
that is funny.
All right, this was a heck of a show. I had a blast tonight, guys. Thank you, Jeffrey Furr, for coming on.
Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Man,
We
we was waiting on you. I
appreciate
don't know
it.
what took you so long to get here.
Well, last week I was in California.
Oh, he was down there.
I was
that?
actually
Oh.
out.
Can you
over
tell us
there.
just
Yeah, over
just
there,
a
not down there.
brief moment? Did you think it? Did you was it what you thought it was going to be?
Well, this was actually the 3rd time I've been out to Anaheim and LA area.
Is that the Fighting Ducks?
Maybe it's a hockey
Anaheim.
team, Anaheim.
Yeah, you ain't never seen the Mighty Ducks.
No, that ain't nobody does.
I think you might be right. But it's just south of LA.
No, I don't think so.
The Anaheim.
That's Canada.
I don't know.
Is that
But-
Canada?
I thought it was Oregon.
Do you want me to
Is
tell you
that
about
or-
the trip?
Yes,
let-
I do.
let-
I'm
let-
sorry, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Chris likes the hijack story. So
He does. So it's just south of LA, about 30 minutes, about 30 miles south of LA. So you would think if you could run 75 miles an hour on the interstate, you could be in LA in less than an hour, right? No,
No, it don't
How many lanes is it?
2 hours.
How many lanes is it?
There,
4 or 5 lanes. out there?
there's at some points 6 or 7
Oh,
lanes.
the
my- I
504
couldn't do
has
it.
what? I think
6 or 7 lanes one
Yeah.
way.
So
Yeah.
And it is agonizing. And
Oh, I know.
and it takes
We've been on that, and it was like
it takes you driving.
it's like
I drove the
this
whole
is
time.
ridiculous.
My wife Sarah, bless her heart, was navigating, and
Jeffrey, you got to get off of here.
she did a good job.
But you
She's-
got to get over 6 lanes.
No.
did you fly into the LAX?
So
or
no,
John
we
Wayne?
didn't fly into LAX. That's a mistake in itself. So
Yeah.
we flew into John
John
Wayne,
Wayne, yeah.
just south of Anaheim, and drove in. And once you get settled in the city in Anaheim, it's not too bad. There's, it's resort oriented. You got Disneyland like right across the street from where we're staying, which is pretty cool. We've done that one time. You can go down the coast down to like Newport Beach and Laguna Beach, and go out on the pier and get go down to Laguna and kind of park and walk around.
And
go to all the restaurants.
Laguna's got the little castle out on the beach.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
Laguna's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's worth it just to
Got
go out
that-
there and drive down Highway 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which ironically we have a Highway 1 that runs the length of our coast over here. But it is stunning. I mean, you I can't put into words how beautiful it is to see the mountains
It is.
and just go right to the sea. But man, LA is just so busy and
it
so
is.
crowded and congested.
Always.
I've driven down that road, and actually, if you look at my video, is it possible? That's Laguna Beach where it's got the little
beautiful.
castle stuff.
It
I,
is- if
I was
you-
in it. Go
if
ahead.
you get a chance to go, I definitely recommend Laguna, Newport
great.
area. And it's weird when you get to the beach, people are just so much nicer.
They're
And
friendly.
it's just like-
Everyone's friendly.
It's something
down
about
there.
the ocean.
It
I
is.
think it just makes people so much. But when you come inland a couple hours,
Oh yeah.
L.A., you go up towards Huntington Beach and Santa Monica Pier and all that, man. And there's just like a lot of homeless people, bless their hearts, and people that are just all strung out and messed up on whatever, and coming up to you and yelling obscenities. And
Oh, yeah.
you got a bunch of kids with you and you're trying to maintain, but you really want to just pick up something and knock the shit out of somebody because
Yep.
this cat don't
That-
know
that-
me. He
I'm
don't
proud
know.
of
He don't
you.
know me from
I'm
South
proud of
Carolina.
you.
But I kept
Sounds
my cool.
good, Jeffrey, but language,
Oh.
please.
I only said that was my first cuss word. I get one right.
Well,
no,
you don't get
not for
any.
Scott.
You do, but not without
Well-
a stern warning.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was nice. And my son George Coker, he's graduating this year, going to Clemson. He's been doing this with Business Professionals of America since he was in the 7th grade.
Oh wow.
And he competes at the state level, and every year he's made it to the national level. And we go all over the place. We've been to Anaheim, Dallas, Boston.
We're all
Orlando.
proud of George Coker.
And he's
Just
just
good boy.
good kid.
He's
And,
trying to copy my hairdo, Dave.
I think you're trying to copy his, and it's tough to do. Believe me, it's tough to do. But we had a good time. Wouldn't trade it for the world. I should have probably stayed home and worked, but I'm glad I went out there with my family.
Hey, you can't miss an opportunity
you,
like
you
that.
can't.
You don't get those moments. man.
Yeah, you don't.
He's
you
about
don't
to go to
get 'em back,
college.
so.
You did good.
And what's crazy
we'll,
is
we'll always be there. You know.
we left a day early, right? So my wife's mother, who's the teacher of the class, she's out there with all the students. They got stuck in Utah last night, Salt Lake City.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't have pilots for the plane, so their layover flight they had to get that Delta bought them like 5 hotel rooms, paid for their dinner, all that stuff. Well, then they fly into Cincinnati today, and damn thing's stuck in Cincinnati. So
Today?
today, and they left Sunday or yesterday morning at 7:00 trying to get home.
Wow.
But we got lucky. We flew into Minneapolis, Minnesota. Walked 20 minutes down the strip. Got in our next plane, and we were off again. I mean, we were home, on time before we were supposed
Jeffrey knew the pilots.
to. I didn't, but I slipped him a 20 on the way in.
Hey, get me there fast.
I want some of those almonds.
Well, hey, boys and girls, we're about out of time. This was Cut 9 with Jeffrey Furr. We appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thank y'all. Appreciate you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
Chris,
We did-
Scott,
I heard he's
Jeffrey,
going to
Carol.
sponsor us here later.
I
don't know
I was thinking
if
about
he's
it.
thinking about it.
I was thinking about it.
And now he's made up his mind. He's like, no. I
He's
don't
like, this
think
is a badass show.
Might write the check tonight,
We appreciate you coming on, man.
Again,
It
thank
was
y'all.
fun.
This is awesome. Proud of you. Proud of all three of y'all for doing this, stepping out of your comfort zone, so to speak, I guess, and
I'm
trying
very
something
out of
new.
my
And
comfort zone.
y'all do a good job with it. I've listened to pretty much all the episodes,
Well,
and
thank you, man.
y'all do a good
Shit,
job.
you
with it.
listen to all of them?
I've listened
Even
to
the
most,
first one? The first one was rough. I ain't gonna lie.
but it was good.
You got to start
It was
somewhere.
good. Yeah.
Well, no. Here's
we
what,
bought ham sandwiches the first show.
We ain't bought
Like
I ain't
school
never
lunches.
bought y'all ham sandwich.
Here's what Jeffrey said. He said, I've listened to all of them y'all got out. Like, we got like 6 of them out. Yeah, I've listened to all of them. Well, I might have listened to 3 of them.
Maybe two.
I'm sure I listened to 2 of them.
I heard Daryl's.
I've listened to more than that.
No, Jeffrey. I'm
From start to finish.
Joking with,
now,
I'm
you know,
joking with you, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I know.
If you listen to any, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But he's a good guy. We appreciate him coming on here. Hey, shout out to Little Wayne and Washington State for picking these topics tonight.
Yeah.
And
Thank
Cinco
you,
de
Lord.
Mayo.
The
Hey,
topics were
Cinco de
his.
Mayo. Yep,
Yep,
they
top
were
is what he
Lil
is. Thank you for doing that. Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
And to anybody else listening, we will use your topics.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Send
We
them
can't
to
end
us.
it yet. Hold on.
Check the emails. 'cause
Yes.
Chris
Yes.
is-
Hold on. Let me
who's-
read some stuff here before we go. Hold
Is
on.
it Scott or Chris checking emails?
It's me.
It's Chris checking him on his third
It's me.
tablet. He's got a big tablet in
It's
front of
me,
him.
my friends.
Cell
I ain't
phone.
gonna check the tablet. Y'all put some nasty stuff on there. I can't even.
Hey,
I don't think there was any y'all to that.
He's not checking the talent.
All right, so we got some honorable mentions here.
Okay.
Let's see. All comments. We want to do all comments.
Are these emails? Or are these messages on Facebook?
We're gonna do the messages on Facebook. So, excuse me.
My goodness.
Edit.
Edit.
Damn.
Can you
There's
read?
no answers on there. There's just shout outs.
We'll give some shout outs.
So, Red W. Gainey, Lil Wayne, the rapper, ain't got shit on me because I mentioned that first.
Is that the guy that was cutting the grass?
No,
No.
he was the one.
Philip Leviner.
What's his name? It's Red something.
What's up? Philip Leviner. I have subscribed.
I like podcasts.
Big fan here.
I like podcasts.
Robbie Lyles, Stevie Nicks,
Yep.
Heather Popular,
Poplars.
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks, Daryl Gainey. He responded to the King. So you know it.
You know it.
Jesse Woods, Lady Ford.
Lita.
Lita Ford. Lita Ford's another good one.
She is.
Yeah. So let's do some emails here.
When I was young, I used to love Lita Ford,
Yeah.
We have.
especially seeing her.
Oh, we
videos.
got some emails. Hold on.
There were a lot of good ones to choose
would-
from.
Yeah. That,
Oh,
tell you.
the
I just tried to
Kiss
go
Me
outside
Deadly.
the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the Kiss Me Deadly video. You remember? You remember seeing her? Because she was in the spandex.
Yeah.
It was. You're a 13-year-old kid. You're sitting there watching. And you're like, oh my god! It's like tongue out. It's like and especially when she slides across the room. It's like, oh my god, that's my favorite.
Straight to the
artist of
sock
all
drawer.
time. Yeah.
I love her.
Charles Kelly. You shine your lights on the church's doors, and the doors knobs would disappear.
Oh, he's talking about that. What is that over there in there, old man Joe? What's Prospect Church?
Oh, so they're talking about
Got a lot.
different show.
Yeah, that's a different show. You
Yeah,
went.
that's not.
And
I'm
they
on
may
the
have just
wrong
watched
shit.
that. Yep,
Yeah.
that's okay. Yeah, they talking about Prospect Church. That's
Hold
that's
on. That's the old
okay.
one too. Hold on. That's the old one too.
I thought we were getting exercise.
Yep, that's
there.
all though. That's all in the emails and comments.
Good job, Chris.
Good job.
Hey,
Hell of a
thank
job,
you
man.
everybody who commented or emailed us. I will
That-
get my
that was
stuff
good.
right for next time.
I'm gonna have to say one thing before we leave.
Yes, please.
Can y'all please get him some bigger headphones because those look really small
No,
on his head.
those were the
That's
biggest
the
ones.
biggest ones they make.
Those are the biggest ones they make.
Yeah.
They sound really good.
Hey,
I
he's
might have to
got-
just take two and put them together.
He
like,
has a big head.
That's what I'm getting at. I think it might just be the jowls. You know,
It
jowls.
could be. The jowls.
His jowls are actually bigger than the shark from Jaws.
They actually abnormal almost.
They
You can't
actually
play the
are.
bass for shit. You know that? We've been trying to replace you secretly. Carol, you
No,
interested in
but I'm
bass
serious.
position.
When you're sitting there talking now, you almost swallowing this microphone, which
You
is
had-
the biggest microphone we have.
You better not fire him
I
tonight.
look like Wilson over Home Improvement's fence, you know.
That's
No, you
purpose.
don't.
Hello, Tim.
No, you don't.
Not
No,
at
you
all.
don't, because your mouth goes over
Hello,
that.
Tim.
Wilson's mouth never went over the fence. Yours goes over the microphone. So when we
It-
see it, it's like,
It almost envelops the microphone.
yeah, it's like you want to swallow it.
I can't stand you. I can't stand you. I'm gonna cut your damn cord.
The
next.
purge will
Cut
be
your
coming
what?
one day.
Yeah, the purge be real one day. I'm gonna rid of your ass.
No, you don't. Go ahead, talk again. Let me see.
What?
Look at there. That mouth goes over that whole microphone. You see that?
Shut
I'm
up.
talking about over the whole, and he's got the biggest microphone
He got
That's
so
that we
definitely-
all have.
Definitely the
Look,
biggest.
yeah, okay,
microphone.
talk again.
What?
God, look at there. You see that? It's like it
No more-
engrosses that microphone.
Oh,
Hey, no more tequila
Yep,
on
no more tequila
on
on
the
the.
guillotines and guitars.
Yep. So anyway,
Jeffrey,
Chris,
thank you for being on here on Cut
Thank y'all.
9. Cut
Thank y'all.
9, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be on 2 weeks from now.
Number
2
9.
weeks. Number 9. Jeffrey.
Hey, y'all
so
go
fine.
follow these boys on Spotify.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Follow.
Jeffrey.
All other platforms. You can
Yes.
name them
We-
because I don't
we
know.
are-
subscribe.
What surprised me the most? What excited? We are fucking on iHeartRadio.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Yes. Shut up. No, we're not.
Oh yes, they
No, we're
are.
not. We're Johnson Johnson. Just kidding.
We are on our
Everybody needs a little Viagra, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pfizer makes some good stuff.
They do.
They do.
They do. We own a lot of platforms, so just Google our name if you need to. Just Google guillotines and guitars.
Don't Google Chris Hicks.
Don't.
Yeah,
don't,
Scott's stupid
don't.
fucking head would pop up. You guillotines and guitars.
There's no.
Hey, and
telling
remember
what
we got
might-
merchandise. Send us an email if you want some merchandise.
Yes, we got coins. We have hats. We have koozies. Soon we will have shirts.
Yes, soon we will have shirts. We are expanding as
Yep, fur
as
grading
y'all, as
and
y'all help us
paving.
expand.
Graving and paving.
Grading and paving.
Graving and paving.
You can say Graven. It goes with the show. That makes you happy.
It does make me happy.
But that's not it.
So, hey, so we made a deal, right? If you came on the show now, I get to be the boss of your company for a whole week. We did it. They know that I'm the CEO.
For real? Is that what
I don't
y'all
think we
made?
made that deal.
Yes, we did.
But I tell you
Wait,
what.
no, the first phone call.
I'll tell you what.
That
I'll take you up on that deal. Wait a minute. I'll take
Ooh.
you up on that deal.
Ooh.
I gotta have a shirt that says
for
VP.
for every dollar you make me, you can have it. But for every dollar you lose, you gotta pay me back.
Well, it's still a win-win for. I don't make a shit.
If you lose, it ain't a
You gonna be
win-win.
broke regardless. Hey, no, for real. You should let me do it. Like have a shirt that says VP on the back. And let me go tell guys what to do.
Well, I mean, can you be
I'm like,
there?
hey.
Can you be there at 7 every morning?
You damn right.
Can you stay to 5 every day?
Yes, and I won't. I ain't going there. I ain't going there.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Can you pass a drug test?
Yes, I can.
Can you get to work
Yep.
by yourself?
By myself.
All right, be there Monday morning. We'll see what you got.
All of these are lies. He's
I'm-
telling you. Every one of them is lies, lies, lies.
I believe him on the drug test. That's about it. man.
You do?
Yep.
Do
Well, I mean, I think that should be
Jeffrey,
on the
Jeffrey.
top of his resume.
I'm high.
Jeffrey,
I can pass a drug test.
That,
I'm high
that
off life.
is a lie also.
So anyway, we are running out of time.
Okay.
Oh, he's doing that. All right,
No, we're running out of time.
Jeffrey, man, it's been an honor. Thank you for coming
It's
on.
been an honor
hey,
for me.
I'm gonna eat them fucking tacos here just in a
Thank
second.
you, Jeffrey.
You're
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for all the time. I'm
Yeah,
looking
thanks,
at them
Scott.
3 plates, but y'all ain't getting shit.
Hey, good luck, y'all, in the future.
So cut 9.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for the luck, Jeffrey.
Yep.
And we
Thank
hope
you,
we
buddy.
can- we
Thank
can
you, everybody.
progress.
9 is just about over with.
Yep, it's cut
Chris,
9.
what is it?
Hey, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for all our sponsors. We couldn't do nothing without you. Thank Jeffrey for coming on tonight. Scott, Carol, Chris, we are out.